many of you grew up like I did, not rich?
What if the real secret to success is something you've already heard before, but always ignored because it sounded too boring? For years I scrolled through YouTube, searching for that one video. You know, the one that would finally reveal the secret formula to success. I thought I just hadn't found the right guru or hack yet.
What's the millionaire morning routine?
I've used monk mode.
If you invest 15% of your
But the truth, what I eventually discovered, was painfully simple. And honestly, kind of disappointing. Because it wasn't a secret at all. Success in most cases is not about finding one magical tip no one else knows. It's about repeating the mundane stuff. The small, unsexy, everyday tasks that are easy to overlook. Take exercise for example. Working out daily isn't glamorous. It can feel repetitive and dull, but you already know it works. Not just for your body, but also for your mind. It's the kind of advice you scroll past because it's too obvious, too basic, too boring. And it's not just about fitness, the same goes for how we spend our mental energy. In today's world, we're constantly dragged into distractions. Gaming, Netflix, endless scrolling on social media. And deep down, we know these things aren't making us better. They keep us entertained, but stuck. Meanwhile, growth often comes from the boring stuff. Reading books, listening to podcasts, watching videos that actually teach you something. But let's be real, that stuff is harder. It takes focus, effort, and most of all, discipline. Especially if you do it every day. And even more if you take what you learn and apply it to real life. But here's a question to think about. What if these mundane habits are exactly what gave successful people their edge?
Listen to me. I am you. You are me. We are no different.
What if this is what separates someone like Iman Gadzhi from the rest of us?
I was committed to reading a book every single week, meditating every day, and all of this while I was broke, while I had nothing to my name, but I was building me, I was building my character, I was building my discipline.
The only difference between the viewer and me is this, right? That's the only difference. Because this gives more confidence. This allows more connections. This allows more money.
So think about it. What if their habit is to grab a book and yours is to grab a joystick? And speaking of powerful habits, let's talk about the habit that almost no one wants to do. Writing. In a world built on speed, noise and dopamine, who has time to sit down and write? But writing is therapy. It's clarity. It helps you process your thoughts, communicate better, think more critically, and even lower your stress levels.
So I would credit much of the success I've had, to whatever extent I've had success, to learning how to write and to practicing writing.
So yeah, writing may feel boring at first, but long term, it sharpens you like few other habits can. Now let's zoom out. What if everything we've been chasing has been hiding in plain sight? What if success isn't about talent or luck or knowing the right people? What if it's about doing simple things well and doing them every day? What if it really is that simple?
If you can think and speak and write, you are absolutely deadly. Nothing can get in your way.
Consistent bedtime, waking up early, moving your body, reading, writing, working on what matters every single day. It sounds boring, but it works because these aren't just habits, they are systems. And the more automatic your system becomes, the more energy you free up for the big stuff. It's like driving. Once it becomes second nature, you stop thinking about the mechanics and start focusing on where you want to go. So imagine this. You decide to read every day at 7 p.m. After a few weeks, it becomes instinct. No decisions, no friction, just progress. And yeah, I get it. This probably sounds boring as hell, especially in a world where you're told you can get rich quick. Skip the steps, hack the system.
Using to make easy money from home every single day. day.
As you can see, this app paid me $140 in the last hour to pretty much do nothing.
These are all relatively easy and they cost $0 to get started.
But what if the real winners don't skip anything? What if their lives are built on quiet, boring routines that make them just 1% better every day? What if the real secret is simply doing what everyone else avoids?
This is my office, and this is where I spend around 90% of each day.
What if that's the actual shortcut? Now you can ignore all of this, keep chasing the next thrill, keep numbing out, or you can start doing the boring stuff. Because sometimes boring is what builds you. See you in the next one. Cheers!